This is going to be a perfect example of how he taught me versus this. I'm giving you a list of things to do, and we should do that. We should give people instructions, especially if people that are brand new. You know, you might not have a natural skill set to do network marketing. Very few people do. It takes time to learn it. So, yes, I'm going to give you some skills. The GoPro book that I told you to get, Eric Worre talks about the 7 steps. It's right down the list. He even tells you exactly what to say to somebody and why you say it. And if you need that, that's great. For me, I didn't learn like that. Like I told you, Richard told me a lot of stories. So here's one of my favorite stories. People always say, you know, like you've said this to me, Mike, what do I say? You know, what does my text message look like when I'm trying to get someone's attention? You know, because we got the greatest opportunity in the world here. And the only difference between you making it and you not making it is learning how to get people to take a look at it. That's it. This whole business is wrapped around one thing. How do I get Matt to want to sit with me today and actually sit and hear about the business? A lot of people, oh, is it very good? She got the book.
I had a friend of mine from EXP send it to me.
Oh, beautiful. Good. So here's a great story for you. Richard tells me one day, because I go out there and I'm calling people, I'm telling them what I'm saying, and it was when I was in the very beginning, but I was always pretty good at this business, and here's why. One thing I had that is the number one thing you can possess is called the 3 E's. And the first one's excitement. I've always been an excited guy, right, Matt? You've known me for 18 years now. And everything I've ever done, I've got enthusiasm about it. Well, guess what? People like me, people who are enthusiastic, people listen to those people. It's just how it is. Charisma, whatever you want to call it. Charisma is energy, right? Excitement is energy. So I could be talking about the movie Creed 2 I watched 2 nights ago, which don't tell anyone I watch movies. I don't want, too late, I'm recording. But I went to see a movie just to kind of chill out, and I wanted to be inspired the other night, so I went to see Creed 2. It was okay. I didn't really, I love the Rocky movies better. But if I go see Creed 2 and I go tell someone about it, they're going to want to go see it because I'm always that guy that'll get you excited because I'm excited. But I've noticed that a lot of people are not very enthusiastic. Have you guys noticed that?
You're rare.
I'm rare.
Yes.
But you can be enthusiastic. And I always say to people, if you're excited, tell your face. So I actually have people record themselves as part of your training. Because the reason why you might not be succeeding if you get involved with this and it's not going well is because you might not be excited about it. So here's a question for you. If you're not excited, or even if you are, but you're not showing it, if they can't feel it and they can't see it, there's your answer why they're not interested. People are interested in things that are interesting. People are interested in things that are exciting. So listen, I'm not saying you got to talk like me. This is how I always talk. But I'm saying that if you're excited, let them know. Tell them, I'm really excited. You might not be able to tell how excited I am based on my face and the tone of my voice, but I'm telling you, this is really big. And sometimes you can say something very soft and it can come across very exciting. I'm involved with the next Microsoft of nutrition. If you knew you could be on the ground floor of the next Microsoft, but a nutritional company that has that kind of power, would you like to hear about it? I said that very calm, but that's an exciting thing to say, right? So I've always been excited. So going back to the story, Richard says to me one day, he says, Michael, you know, here's what I want you to do with your friends, the people you're meeting with. Ask them how they feel about their life. Now, guys, I'm 28 years old. He's mentoring me. I'm a 28-year-old kid, basically. And I said, what? He said, ask them how they feel about life. And I'm like, I'm going to go talk to my friend Matt I used to run around a parking lot with and say, hey, Matt, how do you feel about life? And when he said it to me, Amy, I hated it. I rejected it. I said, no. The old man's lost it on this one. This doesn't work. Not in 2000. At the time, not in 2002. But here's what happened. My friend Jody is a teacher in Buffalo, New York. My friend Sean runs a debt collection company, and at the time I was doing mortgages back in 2004, 2005. So Sean has a debt collection company, and his friend is moving to Buffalo named Jody, and Jody's coming out here, doesn't know anybody. So he goes, Mike, would you meet her and just make her feel welcome in Las Vegas? You know, she's a really cool girl. She's a school teacher. I said, yeah, I'll meet her. And she's cute. She's an attractive girl, too. So I meet Jody. She gets off the plane. We become friends. She's living in an apartment right down the street. I call her over the apartment one day. I used to live over at the Positano Apartments over on Gibson. It's St. Rose Parkway-ish, Jeffrey Street and Eastern, And so she comes over to the house, and I do a presentation for her for the business I was a part of, for VM Direct and Hello World. I sit her in front of the computer, I tell my story, I show her the product, I do everything. And she looks at it, and she sees the guy on the screen is my friend Todd, who's a professional videographer in Vegas. and he worked with Playboy and Nickelodeon TV. I know those are very two different companies, but Todd is a great video producer and director, Todd Denkin. And when she saw the presentation, she was watching the video, and we were introducing video to the world. It was the first video company in the world, so she sees Todd on the screen, and she was not impressed with the video. She was impressed with the fact that he was a producer. So she quickly said, "Oh, you're a producer and you do TV? I always wanted to be an actress." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, geez, I just lost her." She didn't even see the whole presentation. We're on the ground floor of Video Revolution. Everyone's going to use video one day. We can make a lot of money. Let's get this. And she's like, "I want to be an actress." And I'm like, "All right, I lost this one." So her and Todd got along, and she said, "Todd, can I meet you? I really want to know how to get into Hollywood, and I want to be an actress, and I want to be on Rodeo Drive, and I want that lifestyle." I set an appointment. Her and Todd meet a couple days later at his studio, and Todd's looking at me as, "Hey, aren't we trying to get her to get involved with the company?" And I go, "X-nay on the company, nay, just forget it." And he just talked to her about how to be an actress, and he goes, "Well, where are your pictures? You know, you got a headshot, you know, models." Yeah. She goes, "No, I don't have those." He's like, "Okay, you're gonna need those." And like, what bikini shots, stuff like, "Oh, Michael, I gotta get in shape, and you're a personal trainer. Will you train me?" And I'm thinking, "I don't want to train you. I'm trying to build this video business, and I'm just trying to help you." And I go, "Okay, Jody, I'll train you." So she goes, "I'll take those pictures after Michael gets me in shape." Todd rolls his eyes at me as if to say this was a waste of time. But it wasn't a waste of time, because I like helping people. So she calls me and she goes, "Okay, you got to get me in shape." I said, "Okay." Well, I run some hills over on Valley Verde and Wigwam area. There's a nice 45-degree hill, and if you ever want your legs and your ass to look the way you always want them to look, you come with me 2-3 times a week, and I'll get your butt and your legs to look better than they've ever looked. Because when you sprint that hill forwards, backwards, and you do an insane NFL-type workout like I did on those hills, your legs will just, boom, blow up. And she goes, "That's what I want. I just need my butt to be in shape." So, okay, Joe. So we go there that night, about 7, 8 o'clock at night. Sun's coming down. We do a great workout, and we get back in my Jeep. Mind you, I'm building this business, and in my head I could hear Richard saying, "Ask her how she feels about life." But it was a waste of time. I already showed her the whole presentation. So in my mind, I'm having a conversation too late, right? Before she gets out of the car, I ask her a question. I go, "Jody, if you're doing exactly what you're doing 5 years from now, are you going to be happy with that result?" And she goes, "What?" And I go, "You're a school teacher, right?" I go, "Do you love being a school teacher?" She looks at me and she goes, "No, I hate it." And I go, "Well, when I have kids, I don't want to send them to your class." And so, but this was really crazy. I want you guys to know that this is the business, okay? She says to me, "No, I hate being a school teacher." I'm like, "Well, that sucks for those kids." I go, "Why'd you get into being a school teacher?" "My mother always wanted me to go to school to be a teacher." "So you went to college to be a teacher because your mom said to do it?" She goes, "Yes." I go, "Isn't that weird?" She goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Your mom decided your future. You got a doctorate or a master's degree. That was 8 years of college. You did this all because your mom told you to be a good school teacher?" "Yes." I go, I go, "If your skill is still a teacher 5 years from now, you're going to be happy where you are." And she says, "No, I'm going to be miserable." Well, do me a favor. Tonight before you go to bed, just ask yourself one question. And in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, this is going to sound stupid. How do you feel about your life?" She goes, "What?" I go, "How do you feel about your life? Your life right now, how do you feel about it?" She's like, "Why are you asking me this?" I'm like, "It doesn't sound like you're very happy. I just want you to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how do you feel about your life? And if you want things to change, you got to do something different, because in order for things to change, you have to change. You get that, right?" So she gets out of the car, and I said, "But by the way, why do you want to be an actress? Do you like acting? Have you ever been in plays in school? Did you get into theater?" No. "Then what is it about acting you like?" I go, "Let me guess. You want to be on Rodeo Drive, you want to shop, you want to buy Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and you want 2 white fluffy dogs walking side by side. That's the life you want, isn't it?" She goes, "Oh my God, Michael, that's all I've ever dreamed of." And a lot of girls do, right? And I go, "Okay. Ask yourself how you feel about life." 5 o'clock in the morning, my phone rings. I pick it up. "Hello? You're an asshole." "What?" Now, mind you, she wasn't my best friend at the time. We hung out maybe 2 or 3 times. She's my new friend's friend from Buffalo. And I go, "Who is this?" She goes, "It's Jody, and you're an asshole." And she's yelling at me. And I go, "Dude, what did I do? Like, we weren't drunk or anything last night. Like, what happened? What happened? We went running hills, and I dropped you off at your apartment." She goes, "No, you're an asshole for asking me that question. I didn't sleep one wink." And I said to her, "Oh, how do you feel about life?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm super pissed at you, Michael." She goes, "I hate my life." I said to her, "Jody, I'm having a meeting tonight." And in my mind, man, I'm thinking she already saw the presentation about as good as she could see it about a week ago. I'm going to give this one more crack, right? I go, I'm having a presentation tonight. I'm meeting at my friend Jeff's house, and I'm inviting a handful of people to come down. It was the first meeting we did for this company. So kind of like where we are with Euphoria right now, the very first home meeting we did. 7 people show up. She's one of the 7 people. And I did the same identical presentation I did that night that I did a week prior. 5 minutes before the presentation's over, I'm not even done, and she jumps up from the floor, because all we had was a floor, no chairs. She hands me her credit card. She goes, sign me up for $2,000. And in that moment, I just went, wow, my freaking mentor is a genius. Genius. And here's the key. Here's the moral of the story. You got to get people to take a good look at their current situation in life before they're ready to make a change. You see, when I showed her the whole presentation, when she didn't have a chance to look at her life, she wasn't interested. When I let her know that you got to sleep your way to the top in Hollywood to make it, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Trust me, I've been there, done it. I've never done that, but I'm saying I've been in that world, don't want to be a part of that world. It's a dirty world. I had a chance with acting and CSI and some other things I did, but I just didn't want to get caught up in that world because it's an ugly profession. And then I had her take a look at her life, realizing that if she doesn't do something different, school teaching is never going to get her where she wants to go. So here's the moral of the story. I can have you read the GoPro book, okay? And I want you to, because there's nuggets in there. Yep, there's nuggets in that book. I can have you read my mentor's book, the book of network marketing. I can teach you the how-tos, the ABCs. But at the end of the day, if someone's not ready for an opportunity or ready to look at it, you got a better chance to win the lottery for them to get involved. So one of the things Richard taught me early in my time with him was, Michael, number 1, get someone to take a good look at their life. Number 2, share the opportunity. Do not share a business unless someone's had a good chance to realize where they are. So one of the first things I do with everybody I meet is I say, tell me about you. I'd like to know about you. You see me do it all the time, right? And when I'm sitting with someone, I want to hear how life's going. And when I met you, I realized you didn't really love what you did. Great. And then you talk about you hate corporate America. Great. You're just giving me fuel. I'm about to pour gasoline all over it. And forget about Euphoria right now. Let's forget about the product and the DNA and everything that makes this thing great. It's you I'm concerned with. I want to know if you're ready for a change. And as soon as I know I've got you to the point where you're ready to make a change and you almost don't even care what it is, now I know when I show you Euphoria, you're going to be doing backflips because you're going to say, oh my God, that is incredible. That product's unbelievable. Everyone's going to want that. This isn't like we're selling lotions, but we're not selling something that everybody else can get. We're sharing a product we're not even selling. We're sharing a product with people that doesn't even exist outside of this one company. And you can't ask for a better situation. I'm only able to be successful when I absolutely believe what I have is pure gold. Pure gold. And for the first time in 16 years, since I made my first millions in this industry, for the first time in 16 years, when I look at Euphoria, I say to myself, I've got gold. And if you want my gold, Amy, you come to me and you bring people to me. Like, people look this over too much. Well, Mike, why don't you meet my friend? He lives in Summerlin. No. So if I have gold right now in my possession, and I'm a leader who can teach anyone how to build a massive business and have gold yourself, would I take my gold and put it in the trunk of my car and go drive around town trying to find people who want my gold? You come to me. And the reason why you guys are about to watch me build the biggest organization, the biggest business in the next 12 months, I'm telling you it's about to happen, is because I've got the best mentor in the world that taught me the right way to teach other people how to do the business. So you guys come to me and we sit here at this restaurant, my house, my office right down the street. I have the gold. Do you want some? Not, can you take some of my gold, please? Please take some of my gold. So never beg people. Never prejudge. She asked me to do something the other day, which I very rarely do. And I want to let you know it was only because of her that I did this. She invited me to go to a party, a networking party, to meet people. The one thing I don't need to do right now is meet any new people. You're case in point right here. You're on my list, Matt. The only reason why I meet you today is because she got to you before I could. Because trust me, I go to bed every night saying, shit, I got another 100, 200 people to tell about this. And I can't get to them fast enough. There's no way I'm going to get to all my friends. I'm just grateful that you came now, and I'm actually super excited for you that you found out now. Because if this stretches out another 3 months, Matt, you missed a major opportunity. And if it stretches out 6 or 12 months, oh man, I'm going to feel sick to my stomach the day you come walking into a meeting next December, and you go, dude, what? You didn't remember our relationship? We used to run around a parking lot together. You're gonna be mad at me for not bringing it to you, and that's a paradigm shift, right? Most people get in this business, and here's their paradigm. You know what a paradigm is, right? A paradigm is the way you look at something. Most people come into a business like this, and they make their list, and the whole time they're calling their people, they're saying, I don't know if they're going to want to do it. I hope they don't think I'm trying to sell them something, right? Not me. When I make my list, I realize I'm doing Matt Graham the biggest favor in the world by calling him. So because that's my attitude and my mindset, when I talk to him, it sounds a lot different than the way so-and-so talks to him. My conversation is like, Matt, listen, I don't have a lot of time. How are you? How's the family? How's the job? How's mortgages? How's everything going? Good, I get that out of the way. Not that I want to get it out of the way, but Matt, I got something to share with you. I'm involved with something that I think is like being on the ground floor of Microsoft. You don't know about it, so you couldn't imagine why I feel that way. It's too important to talk about right now. Can we get together? I want to make sure I share it with you, and here's why. I want to share it with you because I don't want you a year from now finding out about this from someone else and asking me why I didn't bring it directly to you. Now, Matt, I'm just going to ask you, do you trust me enough to come sit with me for an hour or so and let me tell you what I'm excited about? Yes or no? Peace. Boom, and then we sit down and we talk. But most people are like, Amy, I got involved with this thing.
I know you're busy.
Yeah, I know you're really big. It's nutrition. It's DNA. No, I'm not talking nothing about DNA nutrition. Just so you know. To me, let me give you my analogy. I haven't shared this yet. I'm glad we're doing this together, guys, because what you guys are doing is jarring my training from my brain right now to make sure you get it. If I had $500,000 cash in my right hand, and I have $500,000 worth of your favorite food in this hand, or your favorite clothing. With you, this is a bad question because I don't want you to love clothes. If I had $500,000 cash or $500,000 of your favorite whatever it is, and I gave you a choice right now, which do you want?
I would take
The money.
Instant gratification.
Money.
Yeah.
Cash or your favorite food? Okay, so it's a no-brainer, right? I've never had anyone say, "Oh, I'm going to take Snickers. I love Snickers." Dude, you don't need $500,000 worth of Snickers bars. With your $500,000 cash, you can go buy a couple dozen of them, and you'll be good for a couple weeks, hopefully, if you don't need that many. But here's my analogy. To me, euphoria is secondary to the opportunity of euphoria. If you ask me what I'm excited about, am I excited about DNA nutrition? It's going to feed my body the nutrients it needs on a daily basis? You better believe it. Am I excited to make another $1 million a year in network marketing? Much more excited about that. So I'm just letting you know there's a priority when I talk to people. I don't call you and I don't lead with the product. Like a lot of people say, lead with the product. Send the 3-minute video. I don't do that. Now, what do we teach the masses? Send the 3-minute video. Because what I'm teaching you guys is a skill set that you have to learn how to do. So not everyone can do what I'm saying, or they choose not to do it. So maybe for somebody that's brand new, maybe the thing we're going to teach everyone is send the 3-minute video. Got a second? Got a minute? Got 3 minutes? Send the video, send the video. But that's leading with a product. Whereas if I'm going to lead with anything, I want to lead with you and me. I want to lead with the true commodity here, which is people. So I lead with the opportunity, or I lead with the business. I'm going to get to the product. Product's only going to validate why I'm so damn excited about the business. If this were just lemons, I'm not excited, but it's DNA nutrition, and we're 3 years ahead of the curve. We've got 2 of the biggest owners in the history of network marketing, the #1 trainer in the industry. I can go through the list, guys. Everything you're looking for on a list of a company that you need right now. A leader locally who's made millions, who's done legendary things, who's about to do it again. I don't say that arrogantly. I say it to let you know positively that I'm confident that I know how to lead an army of people. I've done this before. I put 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 people in a room before. So I've done this. I've got all the experience in the world. The only thing that's changed is it's a different company, different product, different time in my life, different time in your lives. That's it. What's that?
better leaders.
And better leadership. Better owners. These owners are, better owners. Yep. So I share that with you just to let you know that I'm going to teach all of you guys some things to do, and you'll do them. But at the end of the day, if I told you the real way to build a business, I'd build it just the way I said it. I'd rather sit with one good friend a day and have this conversation for 2-3 hours. Matt, how's your life going? How's mortgage? And you tell me, you know what, Mike? Looking for a new challenge. Looking for a bigger mountain. Already climbed that mountain. Been there, done that. Doing great. Life is great. Making money. Oh, man, I'm just looking for something, man. Good, I'm glad you said that. Now let me tell you about euphoria. I don't want to tell you about euphoria until I know you're looking. So in sales, people call it pre-qualification, right? Make sure they're ready to buy. This isn't sales. I just call it make sure the person knows what they're looking at and they know their situation before they look at the business. But anyway.
So what's the last one?
The last thing?
You say
The 3 E's. So the 3 things that when someone said to me years ago, they go, Mike, how come you've been able to build the business big when someone like Amy, look at her, she's beautiful, she's better looking than you, Mike, no offense. She's better dressed than you, she's sweeter than you, she's nicer than you. How come Amy didn't become a big leader and you did? And I thought about that question. I said, I got the answer. I said it breaks down to 3 E's. I go, number one, excitement. Excitement builds everything. Without enthusiasm, nothing builds. You have the greatest product in the world, and if there's no one excited about it, it's going to sit on a shelf. You know, when Edison discovered the light bulb? You think on that 1,000th try when he screwed that thing in and it turned on, you think he went like this? Finally. It took me 1,000 tries to do that. No, he said, holy shit, I did it. I did it. It took me 1,000 tries. He probably ran out of his laboratory and told everyone in the neighborhood, you gotta see it. I finally did it. And all his friends that thought he was a nut job. Dude, give up on the light bulb idea or whatever it was called at the time.
After
Right?
he had a pen.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Right. So, no, he got excited. So, excitement for me is everything. Number two is edification. Most important thing you can do right now is edify Beatrice, edify me, edify the company, edify the opportunity, edify the product. Meaning, edification means to build up. So you know what? Last Wednesday I went to a meeting and I met this gentleman and I was invited by a woman I've got a great deal of respect for, one of the top realtors in the area, sharp entrepreneur. Well, her and this gentleman, Michael Zappia, are building this business that might as well be the next Microsoft of nutrition. I'm not even joking. If I could put you in front of them, would you take them seriously? We're looking for sharp people. They don't have time to waste on people who aren't open-minded. Are you open to meet with two unbelievable leaders in town? That's edification. If you did just that, notice how I didn't say anything about DNA, nothing about nutrition, nothing. No. I got two unbelievable entrepreneurs I want to introduce you to, and these two are locking arms and they're going to crush this thing together. I just want to make sure I give you a chance to see about it before everybody finds out about it. That's edification and excitement. Put them together. Now, number three, exclusivity. Very good. I can't wait for you to teach this thing. So exclusivity is keep it exclusive. For you, the very first person you call, which hopefully will be the person you call right when you leave here, and you apply this, is you're the first person I'm calling. That's called exclusivity. Or how about you're one of the sharpest entrepreneurs I know, and I got to tell you, I've always been impressed with you when it came to being a business person. I have discovered a ground floor company that might become the Microsoft of nutrition. No kidding, a company that's changing everything in nutrition. When you see it, you won't believe it. If I could introduce you to the leader of the company, Mr. Zappia or Beatrice, if I could introduce you to them, would you take it seriously? So I call it the 3 E's. This is all I've ever done when it comes to inviting someone or introducing them to come to either a meeting or a one-on-one or a phone call or whatever it is. The rule is say less to more people, not more to less people. And the reason being because curiosity satisfied is interest lost. As soon as I tell you, Matt, it's unbelievable. The man's name's Ron Williams. He used to own Forever Green. Forever Green was a successful company. He retired 2 years ago because he wanted to be with his children. He's a beautiful man. He met a man named Terry LaCour who owns a laboratory down in Van Alstyne, Texas. He's the LeBron James of network marketing. It's a football field-sized facility. They do this stuff called DNA testing, DNA nutrition, customized just for you to the microgram. If I puke all over you and give you the whole story, you are no longer interested. But if I can keep you curious long enough for you to come see the whole thing at one time, now I got you. Make sense? So say less to more people, not more to less people. That's one of the big mistakes people make. And the biggest mistake people make, and I'll leave you with this, biggest mistake people make is they waste time. What is it, Beatrice? With the wrong people. They waste time with the person that they got on the phone that says, well, come on, dude. I just noticed GNC's doing DNA nutrition. This is nothing new. Or the person that says, what are the ingredients again? I got to know the exact thing. Well, where are they what farm are they getting these from? I got to know the farm. For me, anyone that gives me any kind of resistance. Now, some of those questions weren't
My
bad.
favorite one is what's the government going to do with my DNA?
Oh, right.
I've had that happen a couple of times.
And you know what? Those are legitimate questions. It's HIPAA and CLIA certified and compliant.
They
So
don't even, the real skeptics don't even.
the real skeptics are just looking for a reason not to do it, and your job is to recognize them pretty quickly. And you know what I say to those people? Say, listen, I'm introducing you to a massive opportunity here. If you're not interested, just tell me. Save my time right now. I'd rather just cross your name off my list.
There is a concern.
And then I get in position, right? I go back to that. Let me just take you off my list. So, anyway, a lot of nuggets in here and a lot of cool training stuff, but exclusivity. Now, when you're past your first person, don't lie. And you talk to Amy and then you call Matt, don't say, Matt, you're the first person I thought of. Because heaven forbid they're sitting down next to each other and they tell their story. Wait a second, she said I was the first person. I really was the first person, yeah.
Like listens to a lot of dating as well.
Yes, they do.
Best said is best said. Don't give it all away.
There you go. Yes, it is. I'm trying not to think about dating right now for the next 12 months, but yeah. Good stuff.
Very good stuff.
So that's it. That's it. I just want to launch you right now. I want to launch your business. Pick that day you want to launch. make your list. Let's start making calls. Keep in touch with me every day now. Every day I want to get a text from you. Make it a rule, just one every day. Just let me know you're still there. Because I just want to know if you're there with me. You know, I check every text message before I go to bed. I don't miss one. I really don't. Have I ever missed one from you? So I do my best to never miss a text or never miss it. Now, if I send it to voicemail, I'll get back to you. But my thing is, I just want to stay in touch with the people that want to build it. I'm really only looking for about 2 people that want to go crazy with this. I'll find probably 50 or 100 that want to play with it. But I want to find 2 right now that want to work like me. Because I'm telling you right now, if this does what I think it's going to do, this will be the biggest company in the history of network marketing. It'll probably be one of the biggest movements in nutrition. And listen, I might be wrong, so let me just start there. But in my mind, I don't think I'm wrong. I really think that we're going to be one of the biggest companies in the world. And because I absolutely believe that, that's why I'm working as hard as I'm working. Because I'm not going to look back 6 months from now and say, why didn't you work a little harder, jackass? If I miss out on too many more Matt Grahams, I'm going to be pissed. I'm just letting you know. Now, thank God you got to him. And here's what I say. Thank God you got to him. Because I enrolled you.
Yeah.
And you enroll him. I'm happy because we're in the same family organization.
You told me to reach out to our joint friends first.
That's right. But if you got enrolled by somebody else in this company, and I had to deal with knowing that Matt Graham, who I've known for almost 20 years, is out there building the same business I'm in, when I knew about it before the whole world, I'll be sick to my stomach. Not because I'm greedy, but because, man, you were my guy. I had it happen just in California. I go to California. Oh, I'm pissed when I tell you this story. I go to California, and one of the other big leaders in this company, his name's John Malott. And John was doing the California event this weekend. And he's standing on stage. I got chills just I wish you guys could see my chills. I'm really pissed about this. He's up there in front of the room doing his training version of what I do. We both know the same stuff. He's up there telling a story. And as he's telling this story, in my mind, I swear to God, strike me dead if I'm lying to you guys right now. I know tens of thousands of people. I'm thinking of my friend Tommy O, who lives in Oahu, okay? I can't even remember right now. You can see I'm getting emotional. He's telling a story, and in my mind, and all day long, the reason why I carry around journals and notebooks is because I'm always writing people's names down. I'm always doing this throughout the day, because even though I've made a big list, I can't write down everyone I ever met. He's telling the damn story, and in my mind, I swear to God, I'm thinking, oh, Tommy O in Hawaii. Tommy O is a big leader friend of mine, Asian kid, and his good friend's Danny Bay. And Danny Bay's a legend in the industry. Him and I grew up together in this industry. He's making $500,000 a month right now in ACN, another network marketing company. He's vice president of international sales of ACN. Danny introduced me to Tommy years ago, but I know Tommy's not working with Danny. So as John's telling the story, something he said in the story made me think of Tommy O. Within 30 seconds, he talks about this. He goes, you know, this business is so simple. All I say to people is, got a few minutes? If they say yes, I send them a 3-minute video. Now, I just told you don't lead with the video, but you might do it sometimes like that. I'm not going to tell you not to. It does work too, because it's such a compelling video, it might get their attention, and then you can go back to your meeting. So I'm not telling you not to do anything you don't want to do. He goes, so I sent my friend the video. And he watched a 3-minute video, and it was late at night. It was earlier in Hawaii. He texted me back. He goes, so how does this work? What's the comp plan? I sent him another video. He sent me another thing. He goes, how does this work? And I sent him my website. He goes, and then I went to bed. And I woke up in the morning, and I checked my phone, and it said, Tommy O from Hawaii, he just joined my business. And I was like, son of a bitch. It hit me like a ton of bricks.
He used the exact same procedure you would have, but you just didn't think about it in time.
But no, I didn't.
Yeah.
But it was my guy.
Yeah, I know.
And I sat there mad as hell in the front row at that event on Saturday. And I haven't even told John yet that he got my guy. I don't want to give him the pleasure to know that he got one of my guys. But he got one of my guys, and this kid's going to kill this. I'm telling you, this kid right now is going to rock Hawaii. Now he's got me freaking out trying to get to my Hawaii people before he does. Seriously, that's how serious I take it, that we know all the same people and they're big people. So just to let you know, this thing's going to explode. It's going to move fast. And if we sit on it and wait on it, shame on all of us. So all I'm looking to do is find some people that want to just get around me long enough so I can teach you everything you need to know so you can go out there and build your business, and none of us have to look back saying, I wish I would have done this.
Well, I am on my way to meet with one of my doctors right now.
Cool.
I have to go too.
Good.
So,
I
Cool.
appreciate your time.
You got it. Mine too.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again.
Let's get a picture, guys.
Oh, yeah?
she was not one with Oscar.
I know, we should have. That's, you didn't think about it. See? I blame you. Come on, Big Matt. A little picture of a really cool video. Oh, I'm blacking it, bro. Oh, it's a video, damn. Oh, cool. Alright, quick video. Hey guys, what's happening?
Excited!
Woo! Oh, we're in a restaurant. I shouldn't do that loud. Woo! That's how you get everyone's attention in a restaurant. We're here at Claim Jumper. I'm here with Melanie and Beatrice and Amy and Matt. Matt and I go back, how many years, Matt?
18.
18 years. We used to run valet at the Monte Carlo. And guess what? I didn't call Matt. I didn't tell Matt about Euphoria, but you know who did? Amy did. Amy got me on the phone with Matt the other day. It was a blast from the past, and here we are talking about Euphoria. Beatrice brought Melanie today because we're here just doing some basic skill sets and trainings, get Melanie off the ground. She's in medical sales, and she doesn't exactly love everything about medical sales, so she wants to crush it with Euphoria. So I'm excited. Guys, you excited?
Absolutely.
We're going to build this. Look at these are sharp people here.
Who wants to join?
Who wants to join us? No, say that in English.
Shut up. You're not used to my accent. I love it.
Cool. I'll see you guys. You got my number, right?
I do.
Good. Text me later. Let me know how the doctor goes.
Text me the picture.
The one right here? Okay, yeah.
Training. I think I dropped it.
Oh, the training. Gotcha. What's that?
What?
I will.
My bottle cap dropped on the floor. See it? Thank
It's like, what happened?
It was hiding.
you. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet everybody. Thanks, bye.
What's up, brother?